So one of the things I love about the thing that you do is all the LGBTQ plus advocacy that you do, because
Are you gay?
Once. A girl stuck a finger up my butt, and I was
And
like,
that's what it just
and then I
changed
was
you.
like, oh, there it is. Yep, I found
so
Jesus.
much information. Oh my God.
It was my come to Jesus
It was
moment.
Steve.
I came.
Was that
I
really
went
your come to Jesus moment?
No.
He does stand up too. Paul was, if you know, he was involved in a hate crime.
Yes.
And they caught the guy, and
Well, we caught the guy.
yeah, well, and they put him in jail, and he was very, very like hours because it was during COVID. They let him out right away, and then for 5 years we tried to prosecute this guy, and he refused to take the guilty plea and plead to it being a hate crime.
Yeah, he was like no contest.
Yeah,
But
and
no hate crime.
And the
for sure.
first time, what really pissed me off is the first district attorney was a straight female and was like, "Oh, we're gonna put him in jail, but he's not gonna do the hate crime." And he's like, Paul's like, no way.
If you
no
saw
way."
the way I talked to that district attorney in the
Good.
hallway,
He tore her a new asshole.
I took her.
Fucking deserves it.
I took her outside, and Patrick's like, "What are you saying? She's supposed to be helping you." I said, "She's not doing fucking shit for
She
me."
didn't do anything. Yeah.
And I opened up the door
She
to the
wanted to
judge,
check and spin
Yes,
to her
pretty
next
much.
case,
And
get
I-
it guilty,
Yeah.
and move on.
and I turned to the judge,
Yeah.
and I stood in the courtroom, and I said, "I refuse
Yep.
to be prosecuted by you, judged by her, because you guys are doing your paperwork.
Right.
This is something that happened to me, and I know you see a lot of cases all day, and you're immune to this, but I'm not immune to it myself." I told the judge off. I told her off.
Yeah.
They excused me, and they said, "Let's go into hallway." I yelled in the hallway where police were called. I said, "Bring more."
Yeah.
Because you're going to need that kind of security to be able to handcuff me for something that happened to me as a victim.
But,
But
you
I'm
know
not
what?
gonna let go.
Go ahead.
With that situation, like
Yeah.
obviously it's sad and it's tragic, it's fucked up, and it should never happen. But what I love is that you advocated for yourself, you empowered yourself,
Yes.
and you kept your voice.
Yeah.
When a lot of people wouldn't.
No,
No.
a lot of people
And
wouldn't.
that's
No.
And
there's
how many
so
people
much power
were
in that.
like that? This has happened to that. Just we don't need to do a hate crime. We'll just whatever.
And they're probably still today
Yeah.
traumatized from their shit
He's
because
still traumatized from all this.
but you empowered yourself.
yeah. And it took them to bringing on a gay district attorney, a prosecutor who's gay, who told us he was gay, who insisted on the hate crime.
Isn't that wild?
But he was doing his job.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he was gay, but he was doing his job.
Yeah.
He did his job the way the letter of the law allowed
Yeah,
him
but Paul, if he
to
wasn't
be able
gay,
to
I'm
do
sorry,
it.
but if he was not gay, I do not think. I think they would have
like
tried to push
and,
it.
and
through.
but just like that woman,
Yeah.
if it was a sexual assault case and a woman was sexually assaulted, she's probably fighting more for that than
Right.
I think
Yeah.
they thought that it happened. Great.
Right.
We're sad that it happened to you. Fine. But I don't know if they had evaluated that one little niche that affected me emotionally with the punches that I received.
Yeah.
And every blow that I felt had a negative context to it in a way that it's reminiscent of not just the pain on my flesh, but emotionally and spiritually to the being that I knew I was.
Yeah.
And so you were attacking me on more ways than just one, than just
And
beating me
It
up.
was backstage at the fashion show, and so
At my own fashion
at a
show.
church,
Yeah.
downtown, and the guy that beat him up was Jesus.
His name is Jesus
So Jesus
Zepeda.
beat him up in the back of a church. No pun intended, but it is true.
Yeah.
And I know.
So you found Jesus. You had a come to Jesus moment too.
In the back of the
Well,
church.
I made sure he had a Jesus
Good.
moment.
But I saw it, and I was running towards him, but they had moved this giant pew in the back to block off the area for the
Shit.
models. So I couldn't get around to him, and all I saw was this guy punching him in the head, screaming, "You fucking faggot, you fucking faggot, you fucking faggot." So to me, my whole thing was, how are you saying that this is not a hate crime when I witnessed it
Yes.
being a hate crime? And he stood his ground, and he said, the prosecutor, the first female prosecutor said, we are going to prosecute him. He is going to get jail time. He is going to be guilty.
I said that's
but
not
he's
enough.
not going to plead.
That's
crime.
obligatory, obviously.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's a
inevitable.
given.
He deserves jail time. Clearly, he
Yeah.
probably should have served more than he served.
Right.
Of course.
But
But
it's a hate
there's
crime.
But there's
Yes.
a
There's a
context.
law.
There's a context to it that when he was doing what he was doing,
Yeah.
his intentions were very different than what they should have been.
Yeah, if you were, it's funny. I'll look at. So a lot of my work is with straight people,
Right.
right?
As an advocate.
Yeah,
You go
like
and you
whether
speak and you talk.
whether it's corporate or I'm speaking in a hockey locker room. Like I just finished a tour across Canada. I'm doing one right now. It's called Shiftmakers Tour, where I went to 140 hockey teams in 85 days across Canada. I was supposed to be 100 teams in 100 days, and I went to too many. And now I'm doing it here.
Yeah.
But I'll look at hockey players. I'll be like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "If you're walking down the street holding your girlfriend's hand, do you worry about being verbally harassed?" They're like, "No."
Right.
I'm like, "What about jump physically assaulted for holding her hand?" No. I'm like, "How about killed?"
Right.
They're like, "No."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That happens to us,
Yeah.
even today."
It's crazy.
And that's why Pulse angered me as much as it did.
Of course.
Because it
There
was
was
like,
no reason for innocent people to have to.
and
like,
and those are our only real safe spaces that we're
Places.
supposed to have.
Right.
And then that was taken away from all of us.
Yeah.
That could have been me and my friends in Toronto. That could have been in West Hollywood. That could have been
Anywhere
You know
around
what I
the
mean?
world.
And,
Yeah.
and that was ripped away from us. So that's why those spaces are so important. That's why that was such a catalyst for me.
Sure.
But it's why I talk to these kids, and that woman, has to realize, like, she can walk down the street with her husband,
Right.
that lawyer, that district attorney, and not have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a certain disconnect when the lived experiences show you difference in the way other humans and their kindness that they're missing because they don't evaluate, they draw a conclusion, they jump to it, and they react to it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a step back and recognizing, you know what? I'm going to be a father one day. How am I going to protect my child if this is what that comes out? How am I going to be able to live my life in order for me to be able to have a healthy space for the people that I care about?
Or just have some fucking courage and bravery and
Yeah.
integrity, like to not say things,
Yes.
to not physically harm people,
Yes.
or don't just stand by and watch people get physically harmed.
A lot of people told me to just drop the case, that it wasn't worth fighting for anymore.
Fuck that.
And he
Because
wouldn't-
it wasn't
he
going to be
refused.
something that really did anything for me one
Right.
way or the other.
But it did
I said-
do something for you.
I said it's not about doing anything for me. And if it is doing something for me, it's also setting a precedence for everyone that's going to come behind me
Yeah.
to make sure that they have a voice and they know I stood my ground and they can too, in order for them not to feel unseen in a way that I thought, wow, I'm 90. I'm not 90, but the fact that I've lived an entire lifetime and at my
You
age,
look really good for 90.
I know, right?
Great
And
sex.
I'm getting beaten up at this juncture of
Yeah.
my life
It's interesting because I'll
because it happens at any time.
Right.
I'll talk to athletes and like teenagers, like and I'll be in these locker rooms and I'll be like, they open up to me, and we do breakout sessions where I'm like, you call yourselves these tough athletes, and I'm like, tell me something you typically wouldn't tell a teammate. I'm like, and you have two answers. You have a surface level bullshit answer, like I like cooking, I make grilled cheese,
Yeah.
cool, nobody gives a shit, and you have your real answer, the
Yeah.
brave one. I said, and you and I will know which one you gave me, and they open up. And the amount of even the straight white kids that are bullying each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you like? And then I'll ask them, be like, who hates how we call it like reading in like the gay world, we call it chirping in hockey.
Yeah.
I'm like, who hates getting chirped? They all put their hands up. I'm like, who here? And it's essentially bullying.
Does
who
it?
here does it to everyone else? They all put their hands
Everybody
up. I'm
does
like,
that.
why the fuck are you you're eating
Yeah.
each other alive?
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
And as a side, how do we create psychologically safe spaces for, marginalized groups if the straight white kids are eating each other alive?
Yes.
And it's like, and to your point, there's people in their lives that are gay or are people of color
because
or women,
it
et cetera.
doesn't allow for people to be their true selves, and there's
They're
always
not.
a shield or a wall that they put up in order for them to be what people expect them to be.
It's hockey drag.
Instead of for
but
them
I think
to
it's
be.
not just
drag.
hockey. I think it's
It's
society.
anything.
any type of
You go to
athletic
West
sport
Hollywood
or
and
anything.
all the
anything.
gays
Yeah.
are looking the same. We conform
It's
in
anything.
society. We dress
Yeah.
the same, talk the same, walk the same as our groups because we're afraid that if we stand out, we'll be made fun of, we'll be
Yeah.
targeted. And even as adults, we do it. You go to any major corporate, they all dress the same and talk about the same bullshit.
Right.
And now, but I get them to open up. And I have people telling me about addictions in their family. And I had like somebody really high up at a company talk about how his son's gay and he's never told anyone, and all these different things. And I have people come to me like literally daily, like whether it's sexual assault or self-harm or depression or all these things that, and they're not even LGBTQ plus, but like when I share my stuff,
Right.
and then we get into that stuff, you find that empathy for one another, and you start.
Well, you
to
have a
support.
commonality.
Well, when
Yes.
it was in the press with the verdict coming through, and that he pled guilty. I mean, we still all the time people have come up to him and say that
They still come to me. I mean, they still know about the
Thank you
story.
for being a voice. Thank you. Because
It matters.
Yeah, it really does.
And the one thing that I think helped me is, I mean, no means do I think I'm a celebrity, but the fact that status.
Wait, what?
I know.
Well, I mean,
Hold on.
just the fact that
Where am I?
just the
You
fact
have a
that
show on Amazon.
that
Yeah.
but just the fact that platform helped me
That's funny.
to get the word for people to hear.
Right.
Yes.
The voice to have. And I almost feel sad for the people that this must happen to that don't have the voice or the platforms for
To
them
speak,
to be able
right?
to have.
Yeah.
But that's where it takes people like you or like the work I do
Right.
to be a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
To
voice for the
empower
voices,
them.
that's
and,
absolutely
to
true.
empower
and,
them.
And
Yes.
it fuels me because I look at it and go, okay, if we don't do this, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Your situation, no different. Not only do they saw somebody, and the other thing I think it does too is it empowers ourselves. So they saw somebody that fought for himself and said, no, fuck this. I'm going to keep fighting for this, and we're
Yeah.
going to have those charges. But it also empowers you because now you're like, I'm a victim of this, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to.
Victimized.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
not.
I'm not gonna live in
But
that.
he's
Yes.
still traumatized. We go to a restaurant. We were
Totally.
just in Europe last month, and they set
We
us
changed like three
in
three
the
tables.
restaurant, and he's like, no, I can't sit here. He couldn't sit with his back to the door. He can't. He won't. Any restaurant, he won't.
And of course, and that might not relieve. You know what I mean?
I
Like
wouldn't have
that's-
even cared before. I didn't even know that was a thing before.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the best table. I'm sitting here.
yeah, middle of the
This
restaurant.
is where everybody's gonna see
everyone's
me.
gonna
I'm
see
here.
you. Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Wait, and you're not a celebrity though, right? Like you're not. No.
I'm just me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But when I was in court, though, I think the gratification was also the fact that they couldn't look at me anymore, and they had to acknowledge that what they did had burden and consequence.
Yeah.
And for them to accept it was a place for me to know that it felt resolve in some capacity.
And you're by humanizing it, by putting a face to it, and even in that courtroom where you're saying, no, this has to be charged this way,
Right.
and here's the impact on me.
yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
humanizing it. You're putting a face to something. It's not some abstract law.
Correct.
It's now real life, and it's now real life for that guy.
I actually
Yeah.
said that in court too.
You know, like, but for him now it's real life too, because he went from like, oh, I beat somebody up and I called them a faggot
To how
no,
it affected.
this is the trauma I induced on a human being.
Yes.
And you humanize that trauma, and now he has that critical thinking moment.
But
you essentially educated him.
yeah.
You
But I
taught
don't
him.
think it's going to change him. I honestly don't.
No, but it might change other people.
True.
And listen,
True.
I have a really wise friend who said to me one time, he goes, 10% of people are going to love you unconditionally, 10% of people are going to hate you unconditionally, and
Yeah.
there's 80% in the middle.
It's true.
And to me, I focus on that 80% in the middle in all my work.
Yeah.
Because fuck that 10%. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'll still engage with them,
Sure.
but only to basically outsmart them to the point that they look as insane as they are,
Yeah.
and get the rest of the room to go, I don't want to align with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So people in that guy's life
Yeah.
are now going, I don't want to align with that.
I agree with that.
And so it's
It
shifting
does
culture.
shift, yeah.
It
Do you
shifts
find,
society.
Brock, that there's more homophobia in Canada or the U.S. from you doing the tours that you're doing?
Wouldn't
There's
it be the same
I
everywhere?
don't think so.
here's the thing. I'm in a weird spot. I walk down the street, people assume I'm straight. I look like a hockey bro. And then I bro it up when I go into those rooms
Yeah.
because, that's how I become relatable
I
to
don't
them.
see that. Is
No?
that crazy?
Hey, girl.
No, I mean, you don't have to speak a different way, but I
girl.
just,
No, but like
It's funny.
I don't know. They
or
just,
maybe they want to assume to make sure that you're like,
I check
like they're
their boxes.
talking-
I'm one of them.
they're talking to somebody that they're not intimidated or feel like threatened by.
Totally.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is.
So, but I would say people are far more like if you look at social media, this, that, and the other,
Yeah.
it's like everyone hates us. There's so much homophobia and everything else.
lot.
A lot, but a lot of the people I meet everywhere I go, rural Canada, like the most conservative areas of Canada, here in some like super hyper conservative parts of the United States, they're super receptive.
Well,
They're
because
willing.
Brock, I think that I don't care who you are. Everybody in their fucking family has somebody or knows somebody that's gay.
And then
Period.
And then when they will sit down and have a conversation
Yeah.
and they realize that empathy, that we're both going through shit,
Yes.
we're both dealing
It's
with
just
shit, and we
different
can
things.
support each
Yeah.
other.
Absolutely.
And then also, here's the impact you're having.
Yes.
Like I tell people, I'm like, I don't care if you're anti-LGBTQ plus. I don't care. It's none of my business
Yeah.
how you feel. I can tell you the impact you'll have.
I want to go on
Yeah.
tour with you.
Come with me.
Why can't I
You
go?
can come anytime.
That'd be fun.
I want to go. Where are we going to tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to Canada. It's snowing. You don't
Oh
want to come there.
shit! That's
But I'm actually coming back here in March. So, well, I shouldn't say the date because I don't know when this airs. But,
Let me know.
but yeah, next time I'm back, you can
I
come in,
wanna go.
Come and see it. Yeah,
I totally
for
wanna
sure.
go.
But
Okay.
so I look at that and just go
Yep.
that impact. If you teach people impact,
Yes.
and they want to be good people, they're going to be less likely to follow that. Their moral compass.
I think
shifts.
families have to take responsibility
Yes.
for teaching their children respect.
Totally.
For
No matter
teaching
what,
their children
Yeah.
that everyone on this planet has a space, a place,
Yeah.
and love that they need to be able to share.
And I think also our community's got to do a better job of just going out and existing.
I agree.
Like we've gone to there's too much fighting online and bullshit and everyone's an activist and screaming and yelling and fighting, and it's like no, but you two are a prime example. You live unapologetically as yourselves,
Yeah.
and that's really fucking cool, and it's what drew me to you two because I love that. And not only that, you do it with people from all walks of life and all different views, and you are yourselves, and they love you because you're out there living. And
Well,
and that is
yeah.
a form of advocacy.
I
in
mean,
my
I
mind.
feel like you're going to love me or you're going to hate me, but I'm going to be my authentic self. I don't give a fuck what you think.
And
Plain
that's
and
beautiful.
simple.
But
Yeah,
that's
but you're
beautiful.
not being anything indifferent or rude. You're just
No.
being your
Me.
authentic self.
Totally.
Yeah.
But so many people aren't.
Correct.
We do, I call it like corporate drag or hockey drag or different things. They live in their little bubble
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
conform to it fully.
Yep.
And everyone dresses the same, talks the same, walks the same.
Yep.
But
And I'm sure you see that. With
It's
all-
and it's not
tour
who
and
they
stuff
truly are.
yeah.
So I force it out of them. And
I want
it's
to
so
ask you about the In Magazine article because you had texted me about it.
Was that fun?
I didn't even know
Yeah.
that it was that big.
We
of
had
a
no idea.
Deal. Like we didn't know. They asked us to do the cover, and we said, "Okay,
Yeah.
we do it." And then you're like, "Oh my!" And I didn't know it was that big, but it.
Yeah, so I was on the cover the month before you.
Yep.
Oh, you
And-
were?
Yeah,
Yes.
and no, that's like our biggest LGBTQ plus
I didn't
magazine
know
in
that.
Canada.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, and I saw
Yeah.
you two on it, and then obviously the connection from I call in the show, and you're
Yeah.
on the show, and I just went, oh shit! So I reached out right away, and
And
yeah,
I think we had an instant connection. Actually,
Totally.
we really did. So I thought it was really cool. Last thing I'm going to ask you about before we do a couple hot topics is you were just, you were the 59th in 100 people of power and influence in hockey.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's
I'm not even on
pretty
any
fucking
list.
Cool.
I'm on no fucking list of
Bitch, you
even a
won
million.
International fashion designer of the world in Dubai.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
That's an okay list.
But it was.
You're number one on my list.
Aw. But
But-
that's a big deal.
So how did that happen?
You know what? It's been weird.
Who'd you have to
It's-
pay off?
Right?
Who'd you
Wait,
sleep
it's-
with?
who'd you sleep with?
Yeah. There's a few.
Who
of them I would
does? Who
sleep with,
doesn't
but-
want you to have to spill the beans on them?
Yeah. The pictures I took.
Yeah.
The hidden camera.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yeah. No, but it's 5 years in a row now I've made that list, and it's
Oh, wow.
really It's I've moved up every year, and it's.
I was going to
really-
ask, what number were you first? And
I was
now-
like 89 or 94 or something, and now I've worked my way up. But
cool.
it's neat because everyone else on the list, like they work for either the NHL or they work for like powerful agencies or like media
But in the hockey
outlets.
world or
Yeah,
something
but
that has
in
to
that
do.
space,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm the only one that's like an independent person.
I like that.
And that's why like I don't give a fuck about a list, like whatever. But I just think it's cool that it's like
But
you
it
know-
brings a platform and awareness to people to
Totally.
get to know you
Yeah.
on a stage that everybody else is on, yet you're your individual self living in the most authentic way you can.
totally. And so to be as an independent person, like it's like this person made it, but they work for this group.
Yeah.
I made it working
On
for
your own
me.
laurels,
Yeah,
basically.
working for me, doing what I thought was right, and just following my intuition and my gut, and like closing down hockey
does
businesses
your-
and just going after this.
Does your fiance, did he know who you were initially when you're like texting?
No, he's on
or
Grindr.
whatever?
He saw the dick first.
No, you know what? We yeah. I just led with the dick, and it was,
Is that what it
it's-
is?
Yeah, it's
we fell in
Grindr.
love. He fell in love the moment he saw it.
They don't even have face
He was
pictures on
dickmatized.
Grindr.
Well, there you
Do
go.
they,
Yeah.
even they don't have face pictures on Grindr.
No,
I had a
they
face
don't.
pic then.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But
But did he see the face pic?
he saw
And he
my
swiped.
head.
Ahead.
So he actually, I wasn't out publicly when I met him.
Oh,
I
Oh.
came out like 2 months later.
wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I became a public figure like 2 months after meeting him.
So how did you proposed to him
Yes.
and how?
So Matt's celebrity icon is Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
And
Love
we,
her.
yes, icon.
I mean,
incredible,
hello.
You're right. So we were at a birthday dinner one night at a steakhouse in Toronto, and they were like, yeah, this is where Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton got
Burton,
engaged
yeah.
the first time.
Okay.
And Matt's eyes lit up. So we went back for his birthday.
Okay.
And I asked for the table where they got engaged, and I couldn't get a ring because I couldn't go into Cartier and buy a ring because he would
He's
know.
at Cartier,
Yeah.
right?
So we're at dinner and we're sitting under.
Cracker Jack box. Look
What?
at mine.
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah,
beautiful
Cracker
ring.
Jack.
That's it. Well, she has those fake rings. I could have gotten one of those.
You should have.
Like for her AIDS
Honey, we
foundation.
don't do fake.
I know. Just I got him one time as a gag gift, like one of her fake ones, just as a joke. But so we're sitting at dinner, and they gave me the entire room.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
And we're sitting under a picture of them getting engaged, and he's like, I want to get married sometime. I'm like, I don't know, Matt. Let's not fuck things up. Like things are great. Why would we ruin what we have?
Yeah.
I already came out. I
And
mean,
this
like
was how many
seriously, this
years
is too
into
much.
it?
8 years.
Oh,
This
wow.
is this past August.
'Cause it just happened right?
It would
Yeah.
just happened in August.
Yep.
So I'm like, why ruin it? Like things
Yeah.
are great. We're happy. Let's just leave it.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know. It's something I really want. I said, well, let me talk to my therapist and see if I can work through my issues.
If I can work through my issues.
Yeah. And
I love
then
it.
I hand him. He orders 2 more martinis because now he's like, fuck. And so I slide a card across the table, and there's a birthday card, and he opens it, and there's like a piece of like printing paper just folded up, and it was really long, and it looked like tickets to a concert or something. He goes,
Oh.
what concert are we going to? And he's had a few drinks now.
Yeah.
And he's unfolding, and there's like 10 pieces. He's like, what is this?
Right.
And then he got.
We're never gonna make it to the fucking concert.
Yeah, literally.
Funny.
So I snuck over beside him while he was unfolding it, and then at the end was the ring he wanted from Cartier.
Oh,
And then he went, what? And then he looked at me and I was down on a knee.
Aww.
And
nice.
I said,
And he said yes.
I said, I want to spend my life with you.
I like that.
So, yeah. So I gaslit him all night. And then I proposed and he blacked out. And
I love it. They did a private room. We shut down Rodeo Drive.
No, you shut
I
down.
shut down Rodeo Drive. Actually, we did a show called New Money.
Yeah.
And they just
It's on
re-released it a month
Really?
ago. It's on Peacock.
Oh, Peacock.
You can watch it
Cool.
on Peacock, New Money.
Yeah.
And I can't remember
Check
what
it out.
episode we're in, first one or something. The episode is called, what is the episode? I can't remember what it's, the episode is called
Where
Our Net Worth
Is a lot.
I'm obsessed.
It's on,
So good.
The show is called New Money. And so I shut down Rodeo Drive, proposed to him in front of Cartier, and gave him the ring that the same jeweler makes for Cartier and
For Elizabeth Taylor.
Kim Kardashian,
Cool.
all of them.
That's
So,
incredible.
Yeah.
It's pretty
And it was
amazing.
in front of Cartier.
Yep.
So isn't that funny?
And you said yes?
I said yes to the ring.
He goes, "Oh, did you sell a house?"
Well, that's the first thing I said. I said, I hope you didn't sell a house, because I'm like, if you sold a house, oh my God, I don't want the ring.
I'm like, "No, we still own our properties."
He's like, no, you go home. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
And then
I'll
a
keep it.
bunch of
Thank
our friends came running out from the side of Cartier. My mom,
He
was alive
had-
back then. She came out.
It
you.
was.
What if he would have said no?
Um,
You're taking a risk, bringing everyone there, and
know.
televised.
and
Would I say no
televised.
though?
No,
I
you
mean,
were
look
saying
at
yes.
him.
No.
I know he's gorgeous.
I mean, he's the best
and
thing that
he's
ever
a
happened
sweetheart.
to me.
Thank you.
It's the best thing that ever happened.
I love you, babe.
I love you.
All right, we're gonna do some hot topics. We got 2 topics we
Ooh.
want to ask you back really
Let's
quick.
go.
Then we're gonna do rumor rundown, a couple of quick, and then we're gonna do your coffee stuff. All right, so we have 2 topics. You want to do the first one, Paul? You want me to do it? We kind of talked about it.
Canada as the 51st U.S. state, because we're looking to land grab. So
Yeah.
we're looking for places
First Greenland,
where we could.
then Gaza, now Canada.
The
Yeah,
Riviera. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah.
need more space. We need more
What do the
space.
Canadians
We've
think about
outgrown the United States, all 50 of them, so we need more.
Well, how much money are you going to give us for our natural resources?
Oh, we've got a lot of money.
That's-
Billions and billions and billions.
I mean, for the right amount of money, I don't care what flag I'm.
We have
wearing.
Like,
Elon
would you
Musk.
be cool with Canada becoming a 51st U.S. state?
What would be wrong with that?
What would be wrong with it? There's,
Everything.
You'll have our military.
Yeah, we don't need it.
We don't need.
Everyone loves us.
We don't need like the. But you guys have those hot men with the little hats and gear. Oh my God! Like, are they like a formula that you guys pour?
The Mounties.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Oh, the
RCMP.
Mounties are
It's
hot.
just
yeah.
Have you ever fucked a
beyond.
Mountie?
No comment.
Really?
Tell us more.
Okay, babe, I'm gonna get a Mountie uniform for
It's
our bedroom.
beyond, especially when we went to Monaco. I mean, when we were in Monaco, I was mesmerized. You know how I told you I don't look at guys? I don't. But then when you see these guys in Monaco, I'm like, Jesus Christ,
the
you're like
horses, they're
a
hot.
goddess. Like they're
Oh, yeah.
just so
Yeah.
perfect. They're like perfection from head to toe.
They are.
It's ridiculous.
So is that why you want us to be the 51st state?
So you can fuck a Mountie?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
maybe.
I'll just get a Mountie
Well, we don't need a
costume.
passport. We
I'll get
don't
a
need a
uniform.
visa. We can just
I-
come and go.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Why doesn't California join Canada?
Well, we're not our own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
but,
are the
I mean,
richest, but we're not. I mean, we're
should
like a
actually.
country,
Yeah.
but we're not. We're still attached to
could
the other
have-
49.
Yeah, but whatever. You
At the
just
hip.
come
I
up-
love
like,
Canada.
Canada's great.
Yeah, but we're not
Free-
trying to be our own country.
We have free healthcare. We have
I know.
gun laws.
I know.
We
We
have.
do.
Oh yeah, we don't have
Oh,
mass
God.
shootings.
No, you can just go get a gun here. It's
I
at
know.
Walmart.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, see, we're
We
free
can't do that.
country.
Yeah, but
You guys have too many laws.
oh yeah. Well,
Wait, but is Canada still owned by England?
Yeah.
no, we're part of the Commonwealth.
Okay.
But we're not owned by them. But I did just get the King Charles Coronation Award.
Oh.
What's
So,
that?
What is that?
It was an award celebrating him becoming king,
Okay.
and they
And?
gave it to me. That's
Wait,
really-
why'd they give it to you?
I don't fucking know.
How do you get it?
I don't know. They gave it to. It was in the Commonwealth. They gave it to like X amount of people in Canada, and the
That's-
governor.
I want one.
So the Governor General in Canada
Yeah.
represents is basically like the king.
Oh, you were the token gay thing?
No, there was There was
The
another
token-
gay right beside me who got
Oh.
it too. She gave it out to like 50 people.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
Well,
I was
Is it-
one of them.
congratulations!
Charles
Isn't
sign
that a
it?
beautiful thing?
It's a like it's an
It's a
actual like
pin.
it's like a
Oh.
big like.
Did you have sex with that? Just that
Oh
on
my
and a
God.
sash with Matt?
I pinned it to him. Pinned the tail on the donkey.
Oh my god.
What a nice award.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean,
So that
why
would
not?
be worthless if I was American.
Right.
So
Okay.
oh,
So
No,
you're
but-
against Canada becoming a
I want to stay as our own country. I
And do
like our
most
country.
Canadians want that?
Yeah, it's gone to the point I think people.
but what if you guys run out of money because apparently
Canada's never gonna
we
run
won't
out of
give
money.
you
Are
enough
you
money?
kidding?
you need our
We need-
oil
Yeah.
so bad?
We
We
do.
have so many natural.
we just bought an
resources.
electric car. We're
We-
like, screw it.
We could. We could.
We
if-
plug it in.
Do you know we
everywhere
actually
we go.
hurt ourselves by only selling our oil to you? Like we can make so much more money across the world, and I don't know
So
why
that's
we
what
don't.
you're probably gonna do now.
I think we will.
Yeah.
I hope we do because I would like taxes to go down and
Well,
everyone
is
to get.
Trudeau
Wait.
not going to be the prime
He's
minister
done.
anymore?
No,
He's done.
So who's next?
I think so. There was a guy who was very conservative
Uh-huh.
who was. It looked like he was going to get it because all he did was attack Trudeau, and everyone hated Trudeau after COVID.
Right.
But now that Trump is doing all this, and this guy's kind of like Trump.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to put him in place so that he can go up again?
Well, no. So now they don't want to put him in place because they hate Trump so much.
Okay.
That the new leader of the Liberals is probably going to win. And he used to run the Bank of Canada when the 2008 crisis happened here.
Yep.
We stayed.
crash.
Yeah, the crash. We stayed so good.
Oh.
And he ran that. And then he ran the Bank of England. So this guy's an economic genius.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
okay.
he'll be a great foe to deal with.
So we're not going
Trump.
to,
like
so
that.
you may not be the 51st
I
state.
don't think we're becoming a state unless you invade us.
Well, that might,
Well,
he's taking
I don't
Greenland.
know. It all depends on how the invasion happens, and there may be a bunch of gays crossing that border.
If
Yeah,
the
that
Americans-
invasion I'm okay with. The gays want to come live up with us. They
If the
can.
Americans invade Canada, will the Mounties come to America?
Yes.
You should write
Can
that in
the-
the contract.
Can the Mounties?
And also, why would we only be one state?
Oh, I know.
Would you be more than one state?
I would hope so. We
It's
have
a
a
whole
full
You'll
country.
be one state.
Like imagine it's
no,
like
you'll be like California, but
yeah,
then you'll
but
have
California's
little
like
cities.
this way,
No,
and
you'll
it's
have
like
little cities.
Canada goes across the whole fucking country.
Yes, so there'll be an extra state,
God.
and then there'll be little cities.
Okay, I've got another
No.
hot topic for you. We want to get
I
your
don't know.
opinion
It's
on.
interesting, isn't it?
yeah. I don't think it's
In
gonna
my
happen.
lifetime, I
It better
never thought
not.
I would
Like
even
we've
hear
been
that.
booing at all of our sporting events the American national anthem.
Oh my
Canadians don't do that. We're polite. We're nice.
Because of
oh yeah.
our new leader.
Oh yeah. They hate him now.
I
Okay,
don't
then
like
you're going to
that.
love
I
this
don't like
next
it
hot
either.
topic.
Oh.
Trump, second day of office, signed an executive order banning transgender in sports.
Yeah.
What do you think about that as being a former pro athlete?
I mean, but
So-
he's only gay. He didn't cut anything
I-
off.
yeah,
but-
not yet.
What's your opinion? I'm curious.
No, but listen, I'm not trans.
Right.
I'm also not a woman playing women's sports who might feel a certain way. But here's the thing: I've talked to a lot of trans people, and one of the biggest things is if you transition from male
Male
to
to
female,
female.
Right.
and you lose all when you stop having
The hormones and everything
Yeah,
kicks in.
the
It's different.
testosterone stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get estrogen pumped through you. You lose
Yeah.
all your muscle, but you have the bone density of a male,
Right.
which is heavier than a female.
Oh,
So it's actually a big
interesting.
disadvantage from that perspective.
So it really is a disadvantage.
There are, people are saying it isn't this and that. There's conflicting views on it, but from the people I've talked to, they're like, I'm not as strong as I'm not.
Let me
this,
tell you,
I'm-
there's some girls that can kick my ass, and
Totally.
I say, "Bitch, you go."
But even that, there was only like 7 or 10
Like
trans
individuals.
across all of NCAA sports
Wow.
playing. So we did this
Wow.
this for 10 people,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
these big things, and we're having like protests and this and that, and people talking about like trans youth,
Yeah.
and like, do you know in America, Reuters did a study in 2021 and found that there was 40,000 kids diagnosed with gender dysphoria. That's it. Out of the millions of kids,
Oh.
of that 40,000, only 4,000 were deemed more extreme cases, and they were put on hormone therapy. Of that 4,000, 200 had top surgery.
Oh my God.
So we're having national protests and laws and all this
But do you
over
think that's-
200 kids.
Do you think that like he did a coffee reading on somebody, one of the clients, and her son, who was younger, young kid, dresses as a girl, and now is on hormone therapy. I think he's 10. Is he 9 or 10 on hormone
replacement therapy?
Yeah. Do you think that's right?
So here's my thing with it. I think if you're working with doctors and they're able to decipher if that kid doesn't do this, they're probably going to die.
And that's what I'm concerned about.
So to me, if that's going to keep somebody alive,
right?
I mean, how do you judge something like that? Because it's something that has to do with the health and benefits that we don't understand because we don't,
right?
We don't know.
But that same year in America, over 275,000 kids those same ages had elective cosmetic plastic surgeries.
Oh.
So nobody's protesting that.
I was one of them. I was totally one of them.
But like
that's how you stay
200
like
versus
this.
275,000.
Yeah.
We're creating an issue out of
nothing
because they don't have a voice because they make up less than 1% of
the
population.
Yeah.
So is it ideal if they're older making those decisions? Yeah.
Right.
Is it?
But we're not
always,
a doctor, so how are we supposed to really gauge
this is the
something
thing.
like that?
You know, some guy in Idaho is complaining on the internet about something he has no fucking clue about, never studied, doesn't have can barely read, and is sitting there going, "Oh, I hate trans people." It's like, well, there's doctors and scientists who study this stuff and who
that are educated in the field that know what they're talking about and
Let's
have done
trust
experiments.
them.
I agree.
Let's trust them.
The science of it all.
Should we question things in life? Absolutely.
Right.
But then can we critically think and then logically look at situations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you break it down into the numbers
that's interesting.
It's
I've never
really
really
such
heard
a I've
it
never
broken down like that.
Yeah.
It's so
but
small.
You do this. You do advocacy, so that's what you do.
I've had protesters at events where I have to break this shit down for them, and I know they're never going to change. They're just going to hate because they want to hate.
No, because we're not looking at we're not looking at the depth of the research until somebody like you
comes in and goes boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
But I talk to them, those tinfoil hat like crazies, because but they're the 10% that are going to hate no matter what. But there's 80% in the room that I'm trying to. Who do I want to align with? That nut job? Or
I was just thinking, they also speak English, so they don't even have to learn a new language when they become the 54th state. Because they speak English already. I mean, it's the same.
I think our English is a little more refined.
It's the same thing. It's like New York or Florida or the different states we have like a little spin.
Brand new rule in our house.
Yes.
As of
we don't watch
January 22nd.
News anymore.
Good.
The news is no longer allowed to be on in our TV.
Yeah, we don't watch news.
I don't like
for 4 years.
Going to the gym here, all it is like TV side by side, CNN, Fox News, and I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah, we don't.
Turn it off?
I'm not allowed.
It's 24 hours.
That's
gross.
the excuse I'm going to use. I'm not going to the gym because they have the news on. I can't go.
Did you see? It's now bring your kid to work day in the Oval Office.
Did you see what the kid said to Trump?
Yes.
He goes, "You're not the fucking president."
Yes.
The little kid, and he goes, "Shut the fuck up." He said this to Trump. I think it's hilarious. He's obviously hearing that from Elon.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen Trump quiet in my entire life until Elon took over the Oval Office.
Elon owns him. I might not get back into America if
Trump
I keep talking.
Trump
right
is
now,
Elon's bitch.
Do you have your visa and passport?
I have my passport.
Because I don't want you to have to get deported.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm the color of the people, sadly, that they're...
well, you don't know. You could be on it.
No, they're targeting...
You could be on anybody's list. I don't know.
Okay, we're going to do Runway Rundown, and then we're going to do your copy read. So Runway Rundown, you know what it is, because you listen to it on when we're on the radio. We do it on our podcast every week. It's the good, the bad, the ugly, or what the fuck were you wearing and why?
Did you look in the mirror before you walked out?
So the other night was the Captain America premiere in Hollywood.
Okay.
And Mark Grunwald, who is one of the comic book writers, creators of Marvel, Captain America, his widow, Catherine Scholler Grunwald, showed up wearing, I know she's a widow, but this is the most fucking hideous outfit I've ever seen in my entire life. Paul, will you please? I don't even know how we could fucking describe this for our listeners.
She's wearing a jean top, jean skirt, but it's been translated in multiple different Captain America items. And it wasn't done well. I think it was a home ec class where they were able to piece it together in hot glue. I can understand that she was trying to represent the entire Captain America transformation from one stage to other and the growth of what it is and how it's become.
Everything Captain America Marvel is thrown up on her dress.
Do you think the jean thing is because it's a Canadian tuxedo and you're trying to take us over?
Maybe.
It's a sign.
Maybe.
Do you
but
think
the
she's
jeans,
on drugs? Like, you can't be sober
and wear that.
Put that on.
I can tell.
What's your opinion of it?
But you know what?
I would wear it as a joke.
But okay, finish up.
But I don't think if you're in a you have to be in a different headspace.
It's awful, right?
It looks like
I
a
look
costume,
good.
is what you're saying.
No, it looks worse than a costume.
It looks worse.
That's worse than a costume. That is just shit thrown on your body.
Pretty much.
And even like the makeup.
It's not. It's not flattering. It's very dated. It looks like the idea or the concept of having this done, but in essence,
she's a pretty woman.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
But
whoever designed that should be shot. Shouldn't be.
Let's not use the word design because it wasn't designed as a problem.
Okay, whoever came up with that concept
or the lack thereof
should be nowhere near the fashion world.
Exactly.
I think she was trying to pay homage, but it just missed the mark. And in the context of the way it fits, the idea.
What are the colors, Paul, for our audience?
You're being nicer than
it's
I am.
It's a velvet, big winged, done very poorly, as a matter of fact. Sleeves with the jean top with the Marvel comic American. I mean, I have the belt,
but the shoulder, like, because of the way it is, it makes it look like a football uniform almost.
It's trying to look like the outfit, the Captain America.
So bad
look, but it is unfortunately
so bad.
It missed the mark, and the person that put it together was on crack, not her. She
had to be on it to wear it though.
It's really
like
bad.
Kanye's wife looked better.
No,
she did look better.
Kanye,
but it was inappropriate. And
it was inappropriate. It was awful.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, totally. Complete.
She's not trying
No,
she's not trying to be disrespectful. She just doesn't.
I don't care if she tried or not. That's disrespectful.
Pretty bad.
Oh, I see the gay in you now.
I told you.
Now we have Coleman Domingo at the Critics' Choice Awards. Okay, I fucking love what he wears every single time. I love it again. I think he hit it out of the park with this.
He's wearing a leather trench coat, and it's actually hide. So it's the hide, and then it's all in color coordinated.
Brown, right? Brown
in a brown. He's wearing a silk shirt, wearing the button-down jacket, suit with the pants.
So hot.
And he has it organized where you're able to see the textures and the layers and the context of the different layers that he's wearing throughout, and the hue and the way that this is a very stylized look.
I like it. Do you
like
it?
He looks like a supermodel walking down.
I always love what he wears,
and that color. Like,
he
those
represents
neutral tones are really like.
But
that.
It has a nice shade for his complexion that it gives him beautiful. A glow.
And I like the burgundy underneath too.
I do too.
It just pops.
And it has a little bit of cinnamon brown in it.
Would you say what is that? Is that not olive, but is that?
It's like a brown.
Yeah. Like, but is it brown or greenish brown? Like, yeah, that's so popular right now. It's really in right now. It's very.
Are you a Coleman Domingo fan?
I don't know.
Oh, you're kidding!
Yeah,
he's dead. He's
actually an Emmy award winning. Nominated for an Oscar.
He's handsome.
Yeah,
he's also gay.
He's one of us.
Yeah, we've met him several times.
He's a beautiful.
He's a
beautiful.
Brock,
human.
He's held Snow White.
Yeah, he's a beautiful human. He's
more?
very tall. He's very statuesque, but he's very gentile. And it's really strange because when you see him, he's very imposing.
Yeah.
But then when he's approaches you, he's open arms and envelops you in such kindness and warmth that you feel like he's just a big hug.
Very sweet guy.
Very kind.
And he always nails it on
It's a good
all
look.
of the.
It's a really good look.
But he takes pride in how he looks.
I love that
Always.
trench.
I know.
Oh my God.
What like is that like?
That's a
almost-
hide.
I know, but it
It's
almost
like
looks
a
like
rug.
70s almost.
It is
Yeah.
kind of a 70s
Yeah.
look, I think.
Well, if he was a 70s porn star, he's working it, girl.
like a
he's
70s
working
porn
But
it.
star
he
to
kind of
me,
does
and
there.
it's
Like,
okay.
yeah.
But he
It's
look
totally
he
okay.
always looks like he's perfect from
Yes.
head to toe because it's curated. Even his hairstyle matches the look that he's doing.
Yeah.
The jewelry matches what he's put
Does
on.
he work with a stylist?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he's got
But he's very
great,
opinionated of what he puts on
Yeah.
his body.
Very
and-
great.
And he knows it.
Yeah,
He gets it.
definitely. The last one I've got Ariana Grande from the Critics' Choice. Are you an Ariana Grande fan?
I like her. I think she's cool.
So we know her brother Frankie.
Yeah.
I love how she's
She's wearing a hoop skirt with little ribbons. It's like a quinceañera that's modern, but it's very expensive.
It is expensive, right?
Very expensive. Those textures, those layers, those details, and the ribbons, the corset top, the mesh. You could see her skin, and it's flawless, and it fits. And she's very petite,
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Controversial.
so it's not overwhelming her.
Okay.
It doesn't overwhelm her. She's wearing it. It's not wearing her, which I love.
Yeah.
Especially something like that on somebody so tiny.
Yep.
What I will say though is, I find it makes her look too young.
Oh, maybe.
Like she almost looks like she's 15.
Yeah.
She also looks like she's doing a performance instead of a red carpet.
That part.
And
But
maybe that's
maybe
the
that's
part.
what it is.
Yeah.
But she looks gorgeous. Like she's
She looks
stunning, and she's
cutesy.
yes.
Yeah.
I do
And
like the color. I love the color too.
it's-
Is it
it's-
gold? Is it?
Perfect.
It's
Yes.
a blush nude, and the corset top, and the ribbons, the flowers, the silks.
But look at the diamonds dangling
details.
from her ears. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
She looks-
She's a superstar.
It's
She
like
looks
it
stunning.
says, "I'm rich, bitch." That's what
Yeah.
it says to me.
It says
I like
I'm a superstar.
Yeah, and she is. I mean, it's
She is.
But
Yeah.
she's got so much humility, even with this, a lot of clothes and her petite stature to carry it.
Yeah.
The proportions are there. I love the way she looks, but I understand what you're saying by she looks like she's about to perform in it,
Yeah.
not just walk the carpet with it. But I think it's playing homage to Wicked.
It is.
Because
It
of the
definitely is.
shape and the
Did you
details.
like Wicked?
I haven't seen it. I've been on the road.
What kind of a gay are you?
I went. I've been. In,
You didn't
like,
go singing in
I've been literally gig after.
You know how
I've-
many
I've
times
done-
Matt saw it with all his friends?
4.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah, I think so. And I've seen it 0. And I've been literally touring for 4.5 months.
Wow.
Like I
So
haven't been
doesn't
home.
Matt go with you? He's got to go to work every day, 9 to 5. What is this?
Well, I'm gone. He'll
Wow.
show up.
No
here and
wonder
there.
you're in Palm Springs, Matt. If you're listening, you need to know not to let him out of the cage that often and that long.
Listen, I brought Matt on the road with me before,
Oh God.
and all of a sudden, everywhere I went, I'd do a little meet and greet after,
Yeah.
and they'd all line up for him.
You felt
The
left out?
narcissist in you. Oh my
He looked
God.
at me one day. He goes, "I'm like, what the fuck?" He goes, "Brock, I'm the people's princess." So then the next time he's with me, somebody asked, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And he was sitting there, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's Matt. He's right over there." And he
Yeah.
went like this. He started waving like a queen, and I was like,
As
"You
he should."
fucker, you fucker." Sure enough, more people in line to talk to him after than me, and I was like, "You're done."
That's
You're
what
cut
happens
off."
So
to
then
us. Everybody wants
He
to
was
talk to him.
ixnayed
Everyone wants to
from
talk
he was
to me.
ixnayed from the tour.
Oh yeah. I'll bring an assistant, or I'll hire somebody to come on the road with me. But
Oh
he's,
my God.
yeah, he's cut.
Awful.
I want to meet Matt now.
Oh, he's fabulous. You'd love him.
I want to meet Matt.
I'll bring him next time I'm
We
here.
have so much in common.
Yeah, you would love.
You
him.
hate it when you hate it though too when I'm like, they do.
They always talk to him.
They
I'm
always
okay
talk
with
to
it.
Are you?
I'm totally okay with
I
it.
want the attention.
No, I don't
attention
need the attention. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm completely fulfilled knowing that my husband is getting enough attention, so I don't have to give it to him when we go home.
Even better. That's a good way
Less
to look
work
at it.
for me.
Matt, you're coming on the road.
Less work for me. Line
Matt-
up, do all the photos, do everything. But secretly, I have to say, they talk to me already,
Yeah.
and then they go to him.
You just
But
don't
I
know.
do push them on him because I don't want him to feel left out. Matt's not doing that.
I don't feel left out.
No,
Matt's just sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Matt's just fucking. He just attracts everyone. I hate it.
Do you guys wait?
Yeah.
I have to ask, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna do your coffee reading. Because you're on the road, do you guys sext? Do you have phones? Do you have
We
FaceTime
don't
sex?
sex.
What?
They
have
when
Grindr.
I rip home every once in a while and like
Oh.
take care of what needs to be taken care of. But
That's hilarious.
my days, like when I'm on tour, I'm running like 17-hour days.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but-
like these bags under my eyes right now, like they're for the community. So like I
we
need
appreciate,
reparations
we
Yeah,
appreciate
from the community
you.
because I don't like having those under my eyes.
So you
No,
don't
it's
sext.
not the late nights in Palm Springs.
So you
It's
don't
not the
sext.
late. No,
You know,
I
at
drove.
4 a.m..
I left Palm Springs and drove here last night.
Oh my god.
I right after the
good
gig was
boy.
done, I came to West Hollywood.
And you don't sext
we
or send naked pictures or anything.
the odd time we'll get
Okay.
the odd surprise naked picture.
Do you know
stuff
what
like
he
that,
did
but-
one time?
Oh god, I know you're gonna.
He was
say that.
home.
Yeah,
I was here at the store.
yeah.
And that doesn't rare. I mean, it happens, but
Right.
it's like once in a while or whatever. He's got things that need to happen, and he's at home and he's taking care of it there. But I have to show up for the
Yeah, of
appointment,
course.
and it's
That's not
fine.
horny.
He doesn't have to come here. Next thing you know, I'm doing the appointment, and you see how my phone is.
Yeah.
Always up, never face down.
with the Beverly Hills older socialite.
So here I am I'm sketching out the new dress. We're talking about all the different,
60,
so much going
70
on.
years old or something.
Next
70
thing you
years old.
know, she points to my phone and goes, I think you're getting a message. And I'm like, who cares? It doesn't matter. And she goes, you have to look. And it's a picture.
I sent a
of my
naked picture.
husband. And I can't even tell
saw it.
you.
She saw.
I can't, and I didn't have that other screen on my phone. Like
Yeah,
I don't
you
have it
need
on
one of
this
those-
one. Since then, he's put that screen. I just got
Yeah.
this phone. He just got.
She
the
saw
new one, so he
because
has to put
when
it.
I saw her that other time, she was
He
like,
goes,
"Nice
pack,
photo."
yeah, nice.
No, she didn't.
I was mortified.
When I saw the photo, all I could do is apologize and flip the phone. I go and called him and I go, "What the fuck are you sending me? Like, stop this!"
But she kept coming back.
Oh yeah, she's a client for many
yeah,
years.
for many years.
So
She probably comes back more now.
that's what I'm saying. And
Since
she
I sent her
requests
that
for
pic.
you to be at the,
Maybe.
you know,
But here's the thing: when you're working, and when you're in the space of work with other people, and I work with other people all day, that stuff is very private to me.
yeah.
I don't have Grindr. Never been on Grindr. I don't send nude photos at any given time. I appreciate that he does that,
Yeah.
but I tell him, warn me before you're gonna do it because you don't know who's in
Do you,
front of
do
us.
you both send naked pictures, or
who's
you
there?
more than him? Or?
No, both. It would be both. But
See, he
I,
won't.
I
He
used
doesn't.
to.
He
Well,
won't.
I
the
won't.
chief of staff for the president of a really big country
Mm-hmm.
would like
America?
not the U.S. another country. I'm not going to say which one, but he used to slide into my DMs with
Oh.
jerk off videos from his desk.
I love
Oh
that.
my god, that's kind of hot.
Yeah, but that's something that you're single, they're single.
No. This like this still.
Oh.
I still get.
Oh,
them.
this is a fantasy of theirs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
So they're just sliding
Okay,
in with
we're not talking-
from their desk at work,
Listen to
running a fucking country.
Listen to me.
Funny.
He gets dick pics all day in his DMs. No one sends me a dick pic
Because they know better.
ever.
Yeah, because you'll cuss them out.
Right.
No. And
But
I've
you get it,
mentioned
but
for
he-
them to send it to me, and somebody said, here's a whole bunch of dick pics for you, Paul, but I'm also sharing it with Patrick so that he knows.
That's respect.
Yeah.
Yes. So I did get it that one time, but I didn't know how to open it, so he had to kind of open it for me. I'm like, I don't know how, what is this? And then it's like,
hilarious. But he won't send
But-
naked photos. He won't.
but
ever,
I
never.
no.
I send them all the time to him.
Just send them from the neck down.
He won't do it.
No.
he won't.
that's
Which is
not
crazy
it.
because we went to New Orleans one year and we fucked publicly in the back of the bar,
We were together. It's fine.
and everybody watched.
I don't care. It's dark. Don't touch me.
That's
was-
as adventurous
it
as
was-
my husband got.
But it was
That's
one of
pretty
the things
adventurous.
that we wanted to do, and we have a house in New Orleans, and we're like,
Yeah.
nobody knows us here.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew us.
But you can't really see.
Was
you
that
know.
the Eagle or something?
It was the Eagle.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
my god!
Of course, it's the Eagle. That's where everyone.
You know the Eagle?
They have them all over. We have one in Toronto.
you
too.
do?
Yeah, they're like a franchise.
Oh, I had
didn't know
no
that.
idea.
Yeah, there.
That's the
there
only
might be
place-
one here.
Oh, I don't.
There's one in San Francisco.
Well, don't
There's-
tell us if there is one here. 'Cause
New
we're
York,
not gonna
Chicago.
go.
Yeah, like there's some wild shit that goes on at the Eagle.
Yeah,
Well,
we in New
participated.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Just by
No,
ourselves,
we did
though.
not.
No, by ourselves.
Yes,
People watch.
but I
kinda hot.
I think it's.
I think it's fun. I would.
I
do it.
think when we're
Matt
together,
wouldn't, but I would do it.
No, for us it's fine because we're together. It's no big
Paul's
deal like that.
Somebody was trying to touch Paul, and he goes, he pushed his hand away.
I'm like, back off.
Did I say you can touch me?
I'm like, back off. I'm
can
not.
watch,
It's not even a
bitch.
conversation. Back off. But it's nice that he likes doing that with me.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
totally.
But am I crazy like him? Yes. Are we like fun? Yes.
yeah.
Am I not?
Oh yeah.
But it's private. I don't
Yes.
like that to be something that
It's between you two.
Yeah.
and I don't need people to recognize that aspect in any capacity, shape, or form. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't do anything for me, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
I mean,
No.
some people get turned on by making videos and stuff, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, that's
don't
not
need
my
it.
thing.
We haven't done that.
They want to do photos and stuff, and I'm like,
He won't do it.
I like
Nope.
dominating sometimes.
He won't do it.
Nope.
Like
No
little
videos.
like, no, but like, do you like when he takes control, or when one of you, or when he, like I love taking control and
It's-
just
I think it's, we
all
both
of
do.
all
Yeah.
of that stuff is great and
Yes.
fun for me. I
Yeah.
don't have a
Just-
problem with any of it. I just don't
Just the two
like
of
the
you.
public
no fully.
display of anyone else even recognizing it,
Yeah.
and it makes me
Except for the back of
uncomfortable
the
because I
Eagle
feel
in New
like-
Orleans.
It's
because
dark
I feel
around.
like this is private.
Yeah,
you
it's
know, some
between you
things
two.
have to be a
Yeah.
little more with decorum, and I feel like our
But I
our
also
lives are
feel like
so
21
public,
years
though.
Yeah, you
together, you,
need
have to keep
something.
it fresh.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too.
have to.
You have to, or
Yeah.
go stale real quick.
Yep.
You know.
No, but I
so-
mean, we don't have a problem with that. I mean, and we don't have to do anything crazy for it to be fresh,
Right.
because we have fun with each other.
Yeah.
yes, and that's
And
nice.
that's more important to me than anything else or anyone else or what everybody else thinks it should be, or at this 21 years.
Yeah.
And again, I don't see anyone else but him.
That's cool.
And the crazier thing is, at one point when I had broken my shoulder and I was in bed for 3
God.
months
Yeah.
and I couldn't move, he's like, he's not going to go anywhere. I'm like, go out with the friends. Like, just go hang out. Like, it's no
yeah.
big deal. He's on the phone with me the whole time. And everywhere he went, everything that they asked, they're like,
Every
where's
red
Paul?
carpet,
Where's
every-
Paul?
where's
What
Paul?
happened?
Where's Paul?
You did-
Where's Paul?
Blah, 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 blah. And then it's nice to know that, and I sat there in the bed and I can't
Yeah.
move. And I swear to God, I was waiting for the moment that he walked in through the door. That was
Pretty much.
That's when I would be like, oh, my day can start now. And it's like, I've been home all day, but my day can start now.
It's I travel so much,
Yeah.
but I think I just get so excited to get back to Matt.
Right?
You know, and
But you should take him with you more often.
it's tough with his work.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? It would pull him away
Because
and
he's in
stuff.
there every day, right?
Yeah, and he can't control.
Do we get a
when-
discount at Cartier now? What's
I-
our discount?
I'll find out. I'll talk to him.
Yay.
have a
Like
conversation.
3%.
Fuck, seriously.
3% after they hike it up.
No, but come to Canada to buy it
Yeah,
because it's
cheaper.
already our dollar's so bad right now.
Yeah.
You're already getting 40% off.
That's why you should be the 51 cent. You know what? Your dollar will
no,
be so much
no.
better.
You want us to keep us as Canada so you can buy Cartier.
So we
cheap.
can
By
get-
Cartier, exactly.
I'm
After
coming.
Cartier, then we can
I'm
get
coming.
51st.
Oh yeah, come to
Brock,
That's what we
are
do.
you-
We go overseas, and when we're
Buy
in
it
Europe,
there.
we buy stuff.
Yeah.
You just aren't ready, just like the vision board. You know, when they open it up, you're going to be like, oh, when did this all happen? It's like, and it's the same thing with this person that you've had a conversation with. They've already approached you. They already have shared with you. They've already expressed it to you. They're waiting for you to be able to pick up the phone and say, I like this idea. Let's do. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe you weren't ready for it. Maybe things have to be worked out or whatever. I get that part. But this is something that so good that I think is going to change the direction that you thought it would go into elevating everything you've done to a whole different category.
I think you're right.
It's almost unexpectedly great, and for you not to be fearful of venturing out to be able to do it.
Wow.
That's what this is. Really nice. It's still in the same
Yeah.
world of what you're familiar with.
Yeah.
But it's a different way.
But you
Yes.
feel like you kind of know what it is.
There's three things, and there's two people that I have in mind.
Well, one is making it happen. It's one.
Interesting. These always blow me away, bro.
I'm telling you, he's got a baby and a name.
Well, so do we.
I love that.
No, but I don't know if you are ready to really understand that this means something so much more than what it is to them than you have identified with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe he's not telling me how much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or maybe he has and you just haven't heard it.
That too.
Do you know what I mean? Like they've shared, but your
There's been
focus is maybe
mixed
different.
messages at different times about this topic. So that's why. There's times where it was like, I really want it. And then it was like,
From you?
No, from him.
Maybe because of
Me.
they don't know where you stand
And I think that could be
specifically,
the
and they
case.
don't know how to navigate it because they don't want to lose you either.
Yeah, and they wouldn't.
You heard that, Paul.
What?
The whole baby thing, because we fight about it all the time.
Would
I want to have another child.
We're
He
not.
doesn't want to.
No.
Yeah, we are.
I'm too old. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yes,
My
we are.
ovaries are old.
Shut up, we are. We even have a name. I have a name.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Because he's not going to do anything.
Yeah,
And this
but
time around,
you'd have a night nurse. You'd have like
no, I did all the fucking work
not-
last time.
Yeah, but this time you don't have to.
I know, right?
I'm just going to say hi, bye, and leave.
Elton John had his first at 60. I'm still young.
He can barely walk. He doesn't even know what the kids' names are. That's not how I want.
That's the best way. Because the annoying years you don't want to know.
right? It's funny.
Do you have family members?
Yes.
So who's the one family member that you don't want to talk to anymore? There's one person that, for whatever reason, you haven't been able to not figure out, but make headway with, to try to realize, you know what, this is me, this is who I am, it's just what it is. And it doesn't seem to like get the message.
Yeah.
And it's become harder and harder for you to just allow
Yes.
because family. Who's that person?
I have somebody in mind.
I love it. Don't reveal. But
You
he knows.
either need to have a conversation that you've been dreading,
Yes.
or you need to, at this point, because it seems that they haven't gotten the message. And this is not about being gay, hockey player, good looking, narcissist. It has nothing to do with any of it.
Yeah.
It just has to do with they've missed a point in your life and don't know how to get back to it, so that like one of you exited and the other one hasn't caught up to the idea and still thinks it's the same thing over and over again, and it's not. And it's on repeat.
Yeah.
You either have to have a conversation and, point things like here's A, here's B, like whatever, however this works, or you have to change their name in your phone and put a picture of something that makes you happy. Because every time you hear the phone ring, every time you hear that name, there's anxiety or something.
For our audience that cannot
comes
see
with
his
it.
face,
Does that
he
make
is
sense?
like,
Yes.
I'm seeing your expression. You're like, fuck, this is right on.
He's cringing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's good to do. That.
Which one would you do? I'm not saying block. I'm saying you have to change the entire frequency on how that
It's received, right?
person comes to you.
I don't know if they can change.
Oh.
It's been tried. Like there's been numerous attempts.
And you just don't see. I mean, here you are impacting so many people around the world in something that you believe in, that you know is needed. So it's not that you're not articulate enough. It's not that you don't know how to be able to.
They're not hearing it,
They're not hearing it.
and it doesn't matter how I
Or what
say
language
it.
or
Yeah, what words I
pictures,
use. Yeah,
diagrams.
it doesn't matter. They don't hear it.
They don't hear it. So change their name to a picture of something that makes you happy.
Got it.
Because every single time you're going to look at that phone, you don't want to associate the name, because what it's doing to you, piece by piece, you're having a hard time resolving it to yourself because of what I just said.
Yes.
You can go around the world and impact so much in your life, yet you don't have the capacity to be able to not change someone or not change their perception, but get them to see you as the human that you are, the
Yes.
accomplished person that you've become, the strides that you've made and the challenges you've had to climb over to be able to get to, and get them to just acknowledge.
Yep.
Change their name to a picture, something
Okay.
that makes you happy, so that when you see the picture, or when that name is, that picture is in your head,
Yes.
where it puts you in a different space, so you don't have to feel. Does that make sense?
It does.
Wow.
That's important. This has been going on for
Ever.
a minute.
Forever.
And it's like, at this point, if it's showing up in here, that means that there's a space that you're still holding on to
Yes.
that you can't let go of.
Yeah.
And you have to find, if it's a picture, if it's something that makes you happy, then it's for you to receive the happiness and let it impact you in a different capacity than what they do, even if they're not saying anything wrong.
Wow.
Can you tell me their name? Or
It's
what about their initial? We don't know
Yeah.
anybody.
yeah. Corey.
So if I showed you the C at the bottom of the cup, which is why I asked,
Oh my god.
do you see?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, that's a fucking C. That's crazy.
That's why I
man.
asked. I'm like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture and send this to you. Oh my fucking god.
it's almost. I mean, I don't know if they're in competition with you maybe it's not competition. It's
No.
just, it's
Yeah.
like,
It's
it's a riff. It's like
yeah.
uncomfortable.
It's an unspoken rift.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's competition.
Is it competition?
I feel like there is.
But
little
it
bit.
shouldn't be, right?
No, it shouldn't be at all.
Wow.
It shouldn't be at all. But yeah.
It's almost like you walk into the locker room. Whose dick's bigger? Mine, bitch. No, it's not. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like that.
Like,
Wow.
you know,
And
like I don't.
I don't feel that way anymore. But I
it's-
feel it's there.
How do you have a C in the bottom of your cup? Like, it blows me away. It's just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I took a picture of it. I'm just like looking, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the
so too.
fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
It's like,
Yeah.
That's the initial.
oh
And
my
that's what I'm talking about.
God. That's like,
Right there.
Like it's blatantly a
Like
C.
it's on.
Oh yeah,
See where?
Crazy.
it's wild.
That's why I asked. Like,
Yeah.
if you can tell me the name. Okay, so put your thumb on the bottom real quick. Lick it.
Oh, yeah.
Your thumb. Punch the bottom. Twist and pull out.
Twist anyway.
Yeah, just organically, natural. However, whatever.
So sexual.
Yeah, well, he hasn't done that
He
for a
licks his
minute.
finger. It's always interesting.
I know that you're with Matt.
Yeah.
I get that this is the person that you want to be with,
Yeah.
but there's a part of you that misses someone. Somebody that probably you were intimate with at one point.
Okay.
Well, there's probably 300,000 of them. So
Wow.
we don't know.
Shade.
Yeah.
But you understand what I mean. That one person that you still keep space in your heart for, I think you still see this person in some capacity.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, you've never been able to let something go of them.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know?
Matt?
Or the other one? That you're still keeping space for them? Because that's what you gave me.
I care about them.
Your heart still yearns for something that you feel like it could have been, should have been, but it never
Yeah, I'm sure there's
connected.
yeah, it just like you always wonder what if.
Yeah.
Because you're still thinking about this person.
I care about them. They're a
Yeah.
part of my life.
Yeah.
I think I'm content where we're at. But I'm not content where we're at actually. I don't want to be intimate like sexually
Yeah.
with them,
Right.
but our friendship has grown and I want that to continue.
You want that intimate friendship with them.
Yes.
Maybe not
Sexual.
romantic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want that, and I want that to be a little deeper because I really care about them.
Like that's nice.
Do they know?
Well, I'm having dinner with them tonight, so I'll tell them.
Who is it?
You haven't told them. Not like this.
No, I haven't said that.
Yeah.
So I dated a guy when I was closeted playing hockey for 3 years without a soul knowing. Not a friend, family member, nobody.
Okay.
And we had an alias for his friends so they couldn't find me on social media and figure out I was a professional hockey player.
Right.
And we broke up after 3 years. I had some injuries and I was going back to play and I said, I'm going to have to go on dates with girls. And
Oh,
he's like,
because you have to like hide
keep up
again.
appearances.
Yeah, of course.
And he couldn't handle that. We broke up.
Yeah.
We didn't see each other for 10 years.
Oh wow.
And then I did a show for a little bit with Drag Race. And
Oh,
I was,
and,
yeah,
RuPaul's Drag Race?
with World of Wonder. So I was here filming in 2019.
Okay.
And one morning I was walking across.
You saw somebody with pants again getting in a taxi? Jesus Christ, what is it with you?
I was walking across Santa Monica
Yeah.
at like 7 a.m. going to the gym. And in the middle of the intersection, we bumped into each other.
Oh,
and
wow.
seen him in over 10 years. And he moved here and he was married, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, we should have dinner or something. I'd love to meet your husband.
Right.
His husband didn't want to meet me.
Oh.
They split a year later. And since then, we've become friends.
Oh wow.
And I actually met his new boyfriend, and he's lovely. And I'm actually genuinely, like, I'm happy. I want him to be a close friend. I don't let a lot of people in
Yeah.
that way.
Sure.
I mean, we've been on the list for a long time, and we've rang that doorbell, we've knocked on the door, nobody opens it.
I know. I just,
I get it. I feel you.
Oh. Okay.
So, yeah, I would like him to be a bigger part of my life, but I need, as a friend and confidant.
I think
and
you have
Right.
to tell them, because what you've been feeling and hanging on to, and the 10 years you didn't see them, and then you did see them, and now you want more, but the more that you want is not that you want more of them, but you want more of the human.
Yes. And I don't know if he will pull away.
When you tell him that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He won't.
And I also have to make sure that that's something Matt's comfortable with.
Sure.
But this is a friendship.
I understand, but it's
And
still,
you knew
But
this
it's
person.
still an ex. The
but
first
you,
person
but
I
you knew
first
this
guy I
person before you knew Matt.
Oh, I've known this person
Yeah.
for,
And you've been holding a space
Almost 20
for
years.
them all that time.
yeah.
That's interesting because I have to say, my friend, the one that passed just a few months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That was that we were originally like dated before him, long time ago. He was always the one that could have, and Paul really gave me the space. This was what, last year, to go say goodbye. You told me he actually told me you have to go to Aspen to say goodbye to this person, and I did, and he passed away 3 weeks after I saw him.
Jeez.
And it was,
Yeah, but it was no comparison. I mean, look at me.
well,
I mean, let's think about it.
but it was still, I mean, it was,
I mean, that was just.
it was,
Now you're shading the dead.
I know, it was 30
I told him that.
years that we had been friends, 35, like 30 something,
Yeah.
30 years, right? Actually 30 almost, 30 something years. And we were dated in the very beginning, we were together.
Yeah.
And it was, and I could have had this life that I always thought about it because it was a multimillionaire, and I would never have had to work a day of my life. I wouldn't have had to do anything.
Yeah.
I just would have been pretty.
He would have been bored out of his mind.
Yeah, you are definitely probably, at the very least, keep him on his toes much more.
And I love Paul and respect him for that, because you did. You told me, you said you have to go and you have to say your goodbye. And then he passed away like 3 weeks after.
Well, because this person had a lot of, and it wasn't a relationship like you would think. It's like just whatever.
Right.
But it was still a relationship in its capacity where
We stayed friends for 30
they
plus
felt
years
a
after.
friendship.
Yeah.
And that person also understood
That Paul was the
that
one.
there's no way
Yeah.
that you would have to step out of line ever.
Right.
And they could not.
Right.
And they realized that the best thing that ever happened to him was me,
Yeah.
and appreciated and respected that so equally. But it's unfair to him,
Right.
so that he would live his life
Yes.
holding space for someone, or
Right.
even the friendship that they shared, to know.
And it was an amazing
wasn't allowed.
30-year friendship. I mean, Paul gave me the space to pursue this continue with this friendship, and we would go. He would bring us to different events and things. And it was it was without.
I mean,
Paul,
the guy was a businessman too. I
Yeah.
mean, there was just there's so much
yeah.
more than just
Right.
we're gonna go for coffee.
So that's why I brought
Yeah.
that up, because of
No, but
it's
it
kind of the
makes
same
sense. It's very
situation.
similar, and
And I
yeah.
really felt like if he had not given me the grace and the permit, to have this friendship for 30, we've been together 21 years. Out of the 21 years, to have this and maintain this and keep this friendship going, and so I that was a big deal for me. A very, very important person in my life who is now an angel.
But you're spot on. That's the
and you're having dinner tonight, and you're thinking about them, and that's why when you put your thumb at the bottom, what time's dinner?
7.
Where are you going?
In another minute and a half, when you change your clothes.
We're either, I don't know. I'll have to check my phone
No.
and see where he got a reservation, but probably either Craig's or Dantana's.
Oh, nice.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? So when you put your thumb on the bottom,
Yeah.
that's what you gave me.
That's cool.
Because if you look at it, see?
Mm.
Yeah.
See the middle?
Yeah.
Well, when he take a picture.
I will.
And then I can.
Oh, he
enlarge it.
erased it. No.
No.
Oh no, it's still
Right
there.
there.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Just take a picture of the bottom.
I will. Oh my god.
He erased the C. Crazy, no?
Yeah. It's
Like
cool.
this, right? You want to like that?
I mean, I don't even know you like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You've never let us in. Remember?
Well, now you're in.
Look. Do you see the heart?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Within the heart?
Wow.
Yeah.
in the person, and that's not Matt.
Yeah.
Because they don't show up at the bottom of the cup. They show up on the side of the cup.
Matt shows up on the side?
On the side.
Yeah.
The side that you drank from.
Okay.
You had his lips.
So when I see this, that's holding space
Yeah.
Wow.
for a person.
That makes sense.
Wow.
That's exactly it. You're
Brock, before Paul takes us out, how was your coffee read?
real, vulnerable, honest. Shit I've been thinking about.
You told me to be honest with you.
No, I wanted you to. I'm grateful you did. It's things that have been going on. Spot on.
Can you tell our audience where they can find you?
Yes, they can find
Every
me.
whorehouse in America and Canada.
Okay, listen,
Okay,
Eagle.
sorry, no.
Yeah. Listen here. I'm not having
I
sex
was
in
his.
New Orleans.
I was
at the
his
Eagle.
whore.
It was kind of fun.
I was his
It was
whore.
very fun.
Yeah, well, that's
I kind of miss it. I want to go back again.
We're going back.
yeah. I mean, for that ring.
Listen, I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
But no, people can find me on social media. Brock McGillis 33 on Instagram and TikTok, and brockmcgillis.com is my website.
Nice.
33 was your number?
Yeah, and 3 is
Oh.
my lucky number. So
Is
Okay.
it?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
I like that.
I like that.
Paul, take us out.
Another great episode with a hot, sexy Canadian this time. Thank you for being here, everybody. See you next time.
Thank you, Undressedistas. And before we go, Brock, one last thing. You've just been undressed by Paul and Patrick. How do you feel?
Naked, vulnerable.
I like that.
Send us a photo. Love you, everybody. Mwah, mwah.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Her Dat Media and American Media Television. Executive producers are Patrick Simpson, Paula Tu, and Pat Safford. Produced by Jordan Hill and Sarah Silicula. Shooting and editing by Jordan Hill. Music and theme song, Undressed, written and performed by Lionel Cohen, courtesy of DNA Productions. Artwork by Dominique Demetz, and hosted by Paula Tu, Patrick Simpson, and Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow at Paula Tu and at Patrick Simpson and at Snow White 90210, and watch Gown and Out in Beverly Hills on Prime Video. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.